OpenClaw has a memory system built in. It works, but if you ever have been using it for any serious length of time, you will have noticed something. Your memory.md files keep growing, the agent writes duplicates, and every session loads that entire file into the context window, whether it needs it or not. You are burning tokens on memory overhead before you even start working. This is where this new tool, ByteRover or skill, comes very handy. It is a skill built specifically to fix that. It is available on Claw Hub. 26,000 installs in 1 week for this ByteRover, which speaks for itself. 90% accuracy on the Locomo benchmark after 8 months of iteration. Today, we are going to install it from scratch and show you exactly what it does. This is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. Please like the video and subscribe and consider becoming a member. Please also follow me on X if you are looking for AI updates without any hype. You can see that we have covered this OpenClaw from every angle in the last 2 to 3 weeks. I have done more than 70 videos not only on OpenClaw but various variants of it. We have also seen the security point of view and a lot of other things. So all you need to do is to search on the channel with OpenClaw. Back to this ByteRover, in this video, we are going to do everything from scratch. Plus, I'm going to use it with Ollama based local model. So let's get right into it. I'm going to use this Ubuntu system. I have one GPU card NVIDIA RTX 6000 with 48 GB of VRAM. The reason why I am showing you this GPU card is because I will be using it with Ollama model, which is Qwen 3.5 35 billion, which we also have covered in great detail on the channel. If you're looking to rent a GPU or VM or CPU on very affordable price, you can find the link to Massed Compute in videos description with a discount coupon code of 50% for range of GPUs. So first up, let's install OpenClaw yet again. And this is such a rapidly evolving project that you need to upgrade it almost on daily basis. If you don't know how to do the OpenClaw upgrade, update or downgrade, just search my channel. I already have done a video on it. And it is growing, so it takes a bit of a time every time I install it. Let's wait for it to finish. And while it does that, allow me to talk a bit more around this ByteRover because what it is doing is very much a pain point for everyone. OpenClaw's default memory writes everything to flat markdown files. There is no deduplication, no structure, no semantic search. Over time, these files get bloated. The agent spends token reading stale entries, writes the same fact multiple times, and has no way to find what it actually needs quickly. ByteRover replaces this with a structured context tree. And the way it works is it has organized folders of markdown files, each storing one clean piece of knowledge. And before every response, it queries that tree semantically and injects only what is relevant. After meaningful work, it curates new knowledge back into the tree automatically. So this is what it is doing. Let's go back to our terminal. It is finalizing the setup of OpenClaw. OpenClaw is now installed. Let's do all the default configuration. I'm just going to press enter, enter, and then it is going to restart that gateway service, which connects your core with the channels. OpenClaw is now installed. Let's also configure its token, otherwise it is not going to run. And then we just need to press enter here to update the gateway service. And it is going to restart it again so that changes would take effect. That is also done. Now, next up, we need to configure the Ollama based model with OpenClaw. I already have done the video on it, as you can see here. If you need more detail, just go here. A lot of other good stuff is present in that video, but let me put in my OpenClaw with Ollama configuration and then I will restart it, the service. The changes are done, and don't worry, I'm going to give you all the commands. You can find the link to that file in the first pinned command. It will be in my GitHub repo. Next up, I'm just going to disable some of the warnings, and this is an optional step. You know, if you don't want to, you don't have to, but I just want as little amount of warning as possible. Next up, let's restart that gateway so that we should be able to um, check out the new changes which we have done. The gateway service takes few seconds to get restarted. That is done. Let's now launch our TUI. You can also use it in GUI, but I always prefer the terminal user interface. And you see that it is running. I'm just going to check it out. Just say hello or whatever you want, and this should get attached to the model. If it doesn't, then we have to fix it. We haven't installed the ByteRover yet. This is all still OpenClaw. First time it loads the model and then does the inference. The first time always takes a bit of a time. And you can see that it is running. It is connected to this Qwen 3.5 model. Everything looks good. Let's press Ctrl C 2 times. Now we need to install the ByteRover. For ByteRover, because it's a skill present on ClawHub, which is a skills repository, first we need to install ClawHub. ClawHub is installed globally, and now we need to install that ByteRover. And the command is simple. We can just do npm install ByteRover CLI. That should get it installed. There are multiple ways of doing it, but I just prefer this way. ByteRover is installed. Next up, we need to set it up. Run this command in order to get it set up. And it is going to install it. Just press Y here. It is just, setting up the configuration around the memory, which it is going to retain as I described earlier. And then it is also going to set up that knowledge mining. And everything looks good. Your OpenClaw agent is now integrated with ByteRover. Next step, you need to connect it to this provider. That should be done to in a jiffy. That's done. Next up, let's do the ByteRover demo. So first I'm just going to restart OpenClaw gateway so that all the changes will take effect, and then I'm launching that OpenClaw terminal user interface again. I'm also giving it a bit of pause because the gateway service restart, even after restarting, takes few seconds to warm up, so it's always a good idea. Okay, so there you go. So now it is just ready. Let's try to give it some of the information about myself, and then we will go from there. So for instance, I'm just saying, please remember that my name is Fahad. I live in Sydney, and I'm building a YouTube channel about OpenClaw and local AI. And then it is going to run that curate command behind the scene for ByteRover and save the memory. So let's wait for it to keep running. It is connected with the model. Takes a bit of a time because it just initializes everything first time. And there you go. So it has ran that curate command of ByteRover behind the scene, and it has locked this in, that what my name is and all that, what is running. It is also asking me, should I update that user.md or not. I'm not just going to do it. I'll just press Ctrl C 2 times. I just want to show you how it retains it. So first up, let me quickly delete that session information which we have just done, so that we don't have any of the OpenClaw's own memory stuff in the session. Let's now launch that OpenClaw TUI again, and I'm also going to even restart the gateway so that no trace left is left in the cache. And this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to ask it, what do you know about me? Now, what ByteRover should be doing here, it should be injecting the context before even the first reply. And there you go. You see that it has found the knowledge base of ByteRover, and it says that your name, I know that your name is Fahad and you live here, and then it is locking it in, and now it is also documenting it in that user.md file. But I think it has just used that ByteRover's memory there, and it has documented it too, and then we are all set to go from here. Now another way of doing this sort of thing is to from their BRV CLI. So let me first show you where it stores its data in the context tree. So this is a context tree with all the user information and facts, like this is where I think I'm not in that directory, but that is fine. In the just sorry, let's do this. There you go. So all the information is there, but the real fun is that you can even get it from the query through CLI. So for example, if you say something like BRV query, what do I know about the user? It should give you the answer. You see, user is Fahad, residing in Sydney, Australia, and all that information which we have stored there. You can also curate it with information. So, and I would actually prefer this method. For instance, if I'm working in a coding workspace, I want to give it as much information about my code base. I can just curate the ByteRover, and that is where it is most powerful. So I'll just run this. It is thinking, it is going to save it there, and then you can just curate just like we did it before. So I would suggest, if you are using it, use this context curation like this, as I have just shown you. And then you can again query, and then it just do some sort of semantic search and gives you the most relevant result from there. You see there are multiple entries now. If you want to see some what exactly is the status now, you can view it. I also have seen some of the commands are not working sometimes, but most of it is okay. It's a very new project working at bleeding edge, so we need to cut some slack, but I think this tool is quite good. I mean, context tree has files, we have curated it, and you can see that this is all the trail of what has been added and what has been changed. That's it. All human readable, looks pretty promising to me, this ByteRover. And as I said earlier, if you're looking to learn more about OpenClaw, just go to my channel and then search with OpenClaw. Not only OpenClaw, but also heaps of other variants are there. So that's it. ByteRover will never replace your memory, by the way, but it will make sure your AI agent never loses it. You can even connect it with Codex or Cloud Code. So sky is the limit. That's it. Thank you for all the support, and please follow me on X too.